Hi and welcome. We'll begin on the back. Find a comfortable position for your body. Feel free to use a bolster or something underneath your legs. You can have your knees bent or stretch the legs forward in a more traditional Shavasana position. And then shuffle your body around and make sure that you're as comfortable as you possibly can be. And then bring your awareness to the feeling of your body in contact with the ground. The feeling of gravity gently settling the body into place. And the feeling of the tone of the body gently softening and releasing into the support of the ground. And the breath moving softly, steadily in and out of the body through the nose. And then placing your right hand onto the chest, left hand onto the lower belly. Start to feel your body breathing. Feel the trunk of the body moving to accommodate the breath in and accommodate the breath out. And on your next inhalation, divide the breath into two individual pieces. So we'll be inhaling twice, exhaling twice with a short pause in between each breath. So on your next inhale, breathe into the lower belly first, pause for a moment, and then breathe in again into the upper chest. And then exhaling upper chest, pause for a moment, exhale again, lower belly. So a couple of rounds, breathing in twice, breathing out twice, with a short pause in between each breath. And focus on keeping these spaces of the body as soft and movable as possible, and allowing your breath to create motion in these spaces of the body. Taking one more breath like this, breathing in twice, breathing out twice. And on the next breath, joining the two breaths into one steady, continuous breath. So on your inhale, breathing into the lower belly, and slow and steady, drawing the breath up to the upper chest. Exhaling upper chest, slow and steady, drawing the breath down to the lower belly. Focus on making the breath steady, even, and smooth. And start to focus in on the feeling of breathing. Continue breathing in this way. Move your arms back to your sides. So let your arms rest in any way that's comfortable for your body. And bring your awareness back to the feeling of the body in contact with the ground. The feeling of gravity Gently settling the body into place. And the feeling of the breath moving softly and steadily in the trunk of the body. And starting your movement practice with a spinal wave in the bridge position. So how we'll do this, you're going to tilt your pelvis up towards your navel. So you'll feel your glute muscles start to lift off of the ground and contract. And then drawing your front muscles down completely. So the back is flattening against the floor. Slowly begin to peel your back muscles off of the ground piece by piece by piece until you get up to a comfortable bridge position, and then you're going to start that process again. So come down in an arched position. The hips will come down first, and then posterior pelvic tilt. So tilt your pelvis up towards the navel, flatten out the curve, draw your front muscles down, and slowly peel the back muscles off of the ground. Again, coming down in an arched position. So hips come down first, and then posterior pelvic tilt. Tip the pelvis up, draw the front muscles down, slowly coming up to your bridge, slowly coming down in the arched position. 2 more times. Flatten out the curve, peel the spine up, and then bringing the hips back 1 more time. Flattening out the curve, bringing the hips up, and then coming back down. From here, taking your feet off of the ground, nice gentle circles with the knees. And reverse the circle. Bringing the hands behind the backs of the legs, gently rocking your spine a few times. And the next time you rock up to a seated position, feet on the ground, hips on the ground, in your reverse tabletop setup. So in your reverse tabletop setup, a couple of times we're going to isolate the movement of the scapula. So let your shoulders come up and then push the floor away. Let the shoulders come up and then push the shoulders down. Let the shoulders come up and then push the shoulders down. 1 more time. Let the shoulders come up and then push the shoulders down. And then keep your shoulders down. We'll move the shoulders forward. So bring the chest in, shoulders around the chest, and then move the shoulders back. The chest or the back in, the shoulders come around the back. So chest in, bring the shoulders forward, back in, bring the shoulders back. 2 more times. And then this one's a little tricky. Take your time with it. A scapular circle. So bring your shoulders up, back, down, and forward. Up, back, down, and forward. Up, back, down, and forward. And then reverse. Down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, and forward. And then we'll keep the shoulders back and down, dropping gently onto the edges of the feet. Knees will fall to the right, and then to the left. To the right, and to the left. To the right, and to the left. And then from here, crossing your shins, coming forward into tabletop position. So in tabletop position, shift the weight from the heel of the hand into the palm knuckles. And then actively begin to press into the ground with the palm knuckles, the fingertips. And then start to shift a bit more weight into this position. Keeping your arms straight, leaning into the hands, and then very slowly pushing that weight back to a child's pose. So we'll do this 3 more times, coming forward with straight arms. Feel the fronts of the hands resist, and then push back. Coming forward with straight arms. And then pushing back. Last one, coming forward with straight arms. And then pushing the weight back. And then coming forward. This time walking your hands forward so that your hands are in front of the shoulders. So options here is to keep the palm on the floor, or to come onto the fingertips and work your fingertip strength. Drop the head down in between the arms, and then bending the elbows here. So the elbows move outward, and then straighten the elbow, completely push the ground away. So do 3 more of these. Bend the elbows slowly, and then straighten the elbows, push the floor away. Bend the elbows slowly, and then straighten. One more time, bend the elbows slowly, and then straighten. Keeping your elbows straight, pushing the floor away. Draw your chest down slowly, looking at the hands. And then lift the chest up slowly, look back at the legs. So drawing the back muscles down slowly, keep the hips up, look at the hands. And then lifting the back muscles, or the front muscles up slowly, look back at the legs. One more time, back muscles down, look at the hands. And then front muscles will lift, look back at the legs. And then walking your hands back to tabletop position. This time, turn your hands out wide, fingertips face away. With straight arms, you'll push the floor away, chest up. Nice and slow, circling in between your hands with straight arms. Actively gripping the ground, pushing the floor away, and then reverse that circle. And then bringing your hands maybe a bit wider, bending into the right arm, look over the right shoulder, chest will come down. Bending into the left arm, look over the left shoulder. Bending into the right and left. Right and left. One more time, right and left. And then take a breath here, sit back on your heels or come into child's pose. Shake it out for just a moment here. And then we'll come into tabletop position again. In your tabletop position, again, shifting the weight, this time becoming really stable and still here. Straight arms here, pushing the ground away, start to move your spine. Draw your back muscles down piece by piece by piece, look forward, and then lift your front muscles up away from the ground, look back at the legs. 2 more times, really slow and progressively. Back muscles draw down, straight arms, and then front muscles will lift up high, look back at the legs. 1 more time, back muscles come down, nice and slow, look forward, and then front muscles will lift up high, push back from here into a child's pose. And from child's pose, we're going to come up with a round spine, coming into your cat shape. Then when the shoulders come over the hands, draw your back muscles down, and then come back to your cat shape. Round, push back, child's pose. Again, coming forward with a round back. Once the shoulders come over the hands, arch your back, look forward, and then round, lift, push back. 1 more time, coming forward, round spine. Arch your back, slowly looking forward, and then round. Lift, pushing back into your child's pose. Take a moment and rest. So this is going to be our basic pattern here. You can stick with this pattern throughout practice or try this next variation. If this next variation works for you, it's just a little bit more front body work, a little bit more spine coordination. It's something that you can work to slowly. So first thing here, we're going to transition from child's pose to plank. So from child's pose, you're going to come up with a round spine. When the shoulders come over the hands, lift the backs of the legs while pushing the glutes down. So one of the common errors you'll see in plank and upward facing dog is that the butt is too high. So push the butt down and lift the legs. And then we'll come back onto the knees, push back, try that one more time. So again, coming up slowly, round spine, shoulders over the heads. When that happens, push the glutes down, straighten the legs. Bring your knees right back down, push back. Now next one, we're going to come up again, find the plank. Push the glutes down, lift the backs of the legs. From here, bring your chest down, keep your arms straight. And then move your back muscles forward, looking forward. And now we're in the upward facing dog. From upward facing dog, drop down to your knees. Lift your front muscles up, away from the floor. Push back with a round spine. Child's pose. We'll try this 2 more times, coming forward. Find your plank. Hips down, lift the backs of the legs. Chest down, arms straight. Move the back muscles forward, looking forward. And then knees come down, round the spine back. One more time, coming forward. Round spine. Hips come down, lift the backs of the legs. Chest comes down, straight arms, back muscles come forward. And then knees come down. Round, lift, push back. Child's pose. Coming up for a moment, shake it out, okay? So as I said, feel free to take option 1 or option 2. And as you work this practice more and more, it becomes smoother and smoother and more fluid. So now the next bit that we're going to add to this, I'm going to face the camera for this one just so you can see. The hands are on either side of the knees. If kneeling isn't comfortable for you, feel free to sit on something for this part. The right hand is going to come across slowly, making a big circle. And then bring the hand right back to where we started. Same thing with the left. Big circular pattern. And then back. Right hand. Big circular pattern. And back. Left hand. And so what's nice about these movements, we'll do a couple more, is that they're moving in ways that we don't normally move our spine. So typically we're moving our spine just through cat-cow in the sagittal plane, forward and back. This is getting into some more lateral and rotational movement. And so you can play around with leaning back a little bit further, going into different parts of the spine. And as you do this practice more and more, you can just play around with hand placement and changing the levels of the hands, changing the levels of the spine. So now we'll do this in a lunging position, creating the basic movement pattern that we'll use today. So with the right leg forward, the left knee on the ground, bringing the right arm across slowly, big circular pattern, coming back down. Bring the left arm across slowly, big circular pattern. Bring the hand down. Both arms come forward and up. Bending your elbows down the sides of the body. Plant your hands on the ground. Lift your back knee just an inch, come onto the heel of the right foot, folding forward. And then bending your right knee. Plant, we're going to push all the way back to a child's pose. Knees down, hips back. From child's pose, coming through in that spinal wave position. Find your plank, hips come down, chest comes down. Back muscles come forward, look forward. And then knees will plant, round, lift, push back. Let's try this 2 more times. Coming up like a wave, round spine. Hips come down, lift the backs of the legs. Chest comes down, back muscles come forward, look forward. Knees come down, round, lift, push back. One more time, coming forward. Hips come down, lift the backs of the legs. And then knees come down, round, lift, pushing back into your child's pose. From child's pose, coming up slowly to the kneeling position. Left leg will step forward now. So doing the left side, our basic movement pattern, left hand comes across. Big sweeping circle, bring the hand back. Right hand comes across, big sweeping circle, bring the hand back. Both hands come forward and up. Bending your elbows down the sides of the body. Plant your hands. Drawing the left leg back, come onto the heel and fold. Bending your left knee, looking forward. Plant, push back. Child's pose. From child's pose again, nice and slow, roll forward like a wave. Hips come down, chest comes down, back muscles come forward, look forward, and then knees come down. Round, lift, push back. 2 more times like a wave coming up. Hips come down, chest comes down, back muscles come forward, knees come down, round, lift, back. 1 more time. Coming forward like a wave. Hips come down, chest comes down, arching. And then knees come down, round, lift, pushing back, child's pose. This time from child's pose, come up to a kneeling or add a back bend here. Hips come forward, arch your spine, and release. Step your right leg forward, coming into your lunging position, hands plant on either side of the foot. Right arm comes across, nice, slow, circular pattern. Left arm comes across, nice, slow, circular pattern. Both arms come forward and up. Bending your elbows down the sides of the body, plant the hands. Staying nice and low in your stance. Come onto the right heel and fold. Bending your right knee back to the low lunge, look forward. Right arm will come up. Big sweeping circle back with the arm. Turning to the right with the feet, sweep right with the hand. And then turning to the left with the feet. Bending into one leg at a time. Make this really slow. Low to the ground. Taking your time. Make it feel nice. 1 more time. And just for fun, we're going to turn to the other side of the mat. Plant at the back of your mat. Push back to child's pose. Nice and slow wave coming up. Hips come down. Lift the backs of the legs. Chest comes down, back muscles forward. And then knees come down, round, lift, push back. 2 more times coming forward. Hips come down. Lift the backs of the legs. And then knees come down, round, lift, pushing back. 1 more time, coming forward with your wave. Hips come down, lift the backs of the legs. And then knees come down, round, lift, pushing back. Child's pose. From child's pose, rising. Option to take your back bend. And then releasing the back bend. Step the left foot forward, coming into your low lunge position. Left arm comes across the body, nice and slow. Right arm comes across the body, nice and slow. Both arms come forward and up. Bending your elbows down the sides of the body, hands plant. Staying low to the floor, draw the left leg back, come onto the heel and fold. Bending your left knee, look forward in the low lunge. Left arm reaches up. Big sweeping circle back with the arm. Follow the arm with your eyes. Turn to the left with your feet, sweep left with the hand. And turn to the right with the feet. Again, really slowly here, bending into each leg 3 times. Nice and light. Low to the ground. Take your time. One more time. And then turning to the front of the mat again. Plant, push back. Child's pose. Moving like a wave, high. Hips come forward. Coming into the upward facing. Knees come back down, round, big movement here, pushing back. 2 more times like a wave, rolling forward. Hips come down, chest comes down, back muscles forward. And then knees come down, round, lift. 1 more time like a wave coming up. Knees come down, round, lift, pushing back. From here, rising to your kneeling position or the back bend camel position. Stepping the right leg forward, coming into your lunging stance. Right arm comes across the body, nice and slow. Left arm comes across the body, big, big movement. Both arms come forward and up. Bending your elbows down the sides of the body, hands plant. Staying really low to the ground, come onto the right heel and fold. Bending your right knee, this time rising to a high lunge. Opening the back foot into warrior 2 stance. Right palm opens, reverse warrior, gaze up at the hand. And then straightening the right leg, bending the back knee, skandasana position, separating your hands into blocking stance. Left hand comes onto the floor. Turn to the front of the mat, coming up on the right leg. From here, bending your left knee. Bring your left knee in tight to the belly. Rising up to your standing position. Keep the knee in tight. Fold back down. Chest faces down. 2 more times. Knee comes in tight. Standing up. And then knee comes back. Folding down. 1 more time. Knee comes in tight. Coming up. And then folding back down. Come down lightly to your low lunge position. Bend the right knee, hands come to the floor. Right arm will reach up. Big sweeping circle back with the arm. Turning to the right with the feet, sweep right. And then shifting the weight into the left shoulder. Push down through the left shoulder. Lift your right leg up and over the left hip coming down to the floor. So from this position, our right leg is in a squat-like position. The left leg is straight. The left shoulder, if you remember this reverse tabletop setup, that the shoulders can come up, they can come down, they can come forward, they can come back. So we want to have the shoulders back and down and keep them back and down. So especially when you're coming back down to the floor in the movement. So in reverse tabletop position, what's common, what's going to sort of fatigue your shoulder is if I let my shoulders come back up when I bring the hips down. So keep your shoulder back and down. It's more intuitive when you come up because I'm pushing the ground away. But when you're coming down, oftentimes we lose that. Keep the push as you bring the hips down. Now bring the right hand onto the right knee and sweep the right arm up and then come back down to the floor. So do this 2 more times. Sweep the right arm up and then coming back down to the floor. 1 more time. Right arm up, coming back down to the floor, and then plant, push back, child's pose. Moving through the wave, roll forward. Hips down, Lift the backs of the legs. And then knees come down. Round. Lift. Coming right up into your kneeling position or camel pose, hips come forward. And then stepping the left leg forward, coming into your low lunge position. Left arm comes across. Big sweeping circle. Right arm comes across. Big sweeping circle. Both arms come forward and up. Bending your elbows down the sides of the body, hands plant. Staying low to the floor. Come back with the left heel and fold. And then coming into a lunging position, bring the arms up. Opening your back foot. Warrior two stance, look forward. Left palm will open, reverse warrior. And then straightening the left leg, bending the back knee, blocking position with the hands. Right hand comes onto the floor. Turning to the front of the mat, chest down. Bend your right knee tight into the body. Whew. Oh. Coming up. And then folding back down. This is a tricky one. 2 more times coming up. Knee in. Tight. Stand up tall. Do your best. And then fold down. 1 more time. Knee comes in tight. 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 And then fold back down. Bending your left knee, come down slowly. Left arm reaches up. Big sweeping circle back with the arm. Turn to the left with the feet, sweep left. Push the floor away with the right shoulder. Bring the left foot up and over, coming down. So again, shoulder back and down, sweeping up. Push the ground away as you bring the left hand back to the knee. 2 more times, sweeping up and coming back down. Sweeping up and coming back down. Planting, pushing back. Child's pose. Roll forward now, hips come down. Arching the spine. And then round, lift. Pushing back. Rising to your camel position, hips come forward, arching the spine. And releasing, stepping your right leg forward, coming into your lunging position. Right arm comes across, nice slow movement. Left arm comes across, nice slow sweeping movement. Both arms come forward and up. Bending your elbows down the sides of the body, hands plant, drawing the right leg back and folding. Bending your right knee, rising to high lunge. Opening the back foot into warrior two stance. Right palm opens, reverse warrior. Straightening the right leg, bending the back knee, blocking position with the hands. Bring your hands back into the center of your chest. Right palm comes over the knee, coming up onto the right leg, balancing for 3 breaths. So from this position, I'm going to slide my left knee behind the right heel and then look down over the left shoulder, separating the hands, blocking stance. Right palm then will come forward, come back up to your full moon. It's a tricky one. Bring the left knee down, behind the heel, look down with the shoulder. Right palm comes forward, coming up to your full moon. 3 more times, tap the knee down, and then come up. Again, tapping down. I should say tap the foot down. It's not important that your knee goes all the way down. Just focus on a strong, fluid transition. 1 more time. Knee down, look forward. Oh, starting to burn. Foot comes down, look down, turn, push back into your child's pose. Slowly rolling forward. And this time we're going to tap the right knee to the forearm. Bring your leg up and over, coming back down to the floor. So here we are again in this position, sweeping up and then back down. And then plant the right knee, tap right knee to the forearm. Bend your left knee now. So turn your left foot down so the heel comes down. Right leg straight, or right arm straight. You're going to straighten the right leg as well. Now this leg is the squat position. Shoulder back and down, push the floor away. Coming up and down. Try 2 more times. Coming up and down. Coming up and down. And then plant, push back, roll forward. Hips come down, chest comes down, back forward, upward facing, and then knees come down. Round, push back, child's pose. Rising to your camel position, hips forward. And then releasing. Step your left leg forward. Lunging stance, hands on either side of the foot. Left arm comes across. Big sweeping circle. Right arm comes across. Big sweeping circle. Both arms come forward and up. Bending your elbows down the sides of the body. Hands plant, staying low to the ground. Drawing the left leg back, coming onto the heel. Bending your left knee, rising to your high lunge. Open the back foot into a warrior 2. Look forward. Left palm opens, reverse warrior. Straightening your left leg. Bending your back knee, skandasana position, separate the hands. Hands come back into the center. Left palm comes up over the leg. 3 breaths here. And then the right knee, we're going to aim for bringing it behind the left heel. Right shoulder down, look down, separate the hands, and then look forward. Move slowly. Left palm facing up. Come back to your full moon. Only 4 more of these knee taps down or foot taps down. Doesn't have to be the knee. Look down over the right shoulder and then turn. Look forward. 3 more times. Tap down. Slow and controlled. And then look forward with your spear. 2 more times. Tap down. And then look forward. Last one. Tap down. And look forward. Tap down. Turn to the front, pushing back into your child's pose. Slow roll. Hips come down. Chest comes down, back forward. And then we're going to tap left knee to the forearm. Bring the knee up and over, coming down slow and controlled. Sweeping up with the left hand. And back down. Planting with the left. Left knee taps the forearm. Bend your right knee. Turn the foot in so that foot grounds. Straighten the left leg. Sweeping up with the right arm. And then coming back down. 2 more times. Sweeping up with the right arm. And coming back down. Last time. Sweeping up. And coming back down. And then plant. Pushing back. Child's pose. Roll forward like a wave, hips down, chest down, back forward, and then knees come down. Round, lift, pushing back, child's pose. Take a rest. Very nice. So you're welcome here to grab a bolster or a block, something to sit on We're going to do a nice little shoulders and neck release before taking our final relaxation. So I'll face the camera for this. Bring your right hand, turn the palm away from the center of your body, bring it behind the back, and then draw the right shoulder down away from the neck. Bring your left hand on top of the right shoulder just to give you some feedback here. And then nice and slowly turn over the right shoulder. Nice and slowly turn to the left. 2 more times, turning to the right and turning to the left. Turning to the right. Turning to the left. And then looking forward. Drop your left ear to the shoulder and come back. Drop the left ear to the shoulder and come back. Drop the left ear to the shoulder and come back. And drop the left ear to the shoulder. Pausing here. Bring your left hand up over the right ear. Take a breath here, nice and soft. And then look up from this position. And look down. Looking up from this position. And looking down. Looking up from this position. And looking down. One more time, looking up. And looking down. Now look straight ahead. Stay in this position, but bring your right hand on top of your shoulder now. This doesn't work out for your range of motion. You can just have your hand out to the side, making a circle like this. If this works for you, bring your elbow into the chest. Make a big sweeping circle. Focus on relaxing as much as you can as you do this. And then reverse the circle. And then release, relax, shake it out. Doing the left side, the left palm will face away from you. Bring the hand behind the back, drop the shoulder down. Bring your right hand on top of the left shoulder, chin back nice and tall here. And then turning slowly to the left. Turning slowly to the right. Turning slowly to the left. Turning slowly to the right. Turning slowly to the left. And turning slowly to the right. And then looking forward, dropping your right ear to the shoulder and coming back. Dropping the right ear to the shoulder and coming back. Dropping the right ear to the shoulder and coming back. Dropping the right ear to the shoulder, pausing here. Bring your right arm up over the left ear, taking a breath here and relax. And then looking up slowly and looking down. Looking up slowly and looking down. Looking up slowly and looking down. And then looking forward in this position. Again, you can reach the arm out away from you or bring the hand on top of the shoulder. Elbow comes in, making a big sweeping circle. So as soft as you can be, bring your mind to the feeling of releasing, unwinding excessive tension, and then reverse this position. Nice and relaxed. And shake it out. We'll come into our final relaxation. Just take a few moments and mindfully place your body in a way that helps it to feel grounded, comfortable, and at ease. So you're welcome here to utilize a bolster behind the backs of the legs, to utilize something underneath the back of the head, Make any adjustments you need. And then once you've found the right position, bring your awareness to the feeling of the body, gently settling into the support of the floor. And bring your awareness to gravity, settling the body into one place. And the tone of the body, gently settling, releasing into the support of the ground. And the breath moving softly, steadily in the center of the body. Without altering the breath in any way, take a few moments to follow the breath with your awareness. So start by observing your breath as it moves gently in and out through the nostrils. So see how closely you can follow the breath with your awareness. And then noticing your breath as it moves in the center of the body. Noticing the gentle rise and fall of the lower belly. Notice the rib cage opening and expanding with the inhalation, and gently closing and contracting with the exhalation. And then bringing your awareness to the positioning of the body. In your mind's eye, create a mental image of the physical body as it is in this moment. Make this image as detailed as you possibly can. And I'm going to start naming specific areas of the body. Picture that area in your mind and then consciously relax that area of the body. Starting with your right big toe. So picture your right big toe as clearly as you can in your mind and then consciously relax that area of the body. Right second toe. Right third toe. Right fourth toe. Right fifth. The left big toe. Picture the left big toe as clearly as you can in your mind and then consciously relax it. The left second toe. Left third toe. Left fourth. Left fifth. The bottom of your right foot. The bottom of your left foot. Your right ankle. left ankle, the right knee, left knee, the right hip, left hip, the arch of the lower back, the soft pot of your belly, your right side chest and lung, left side chest and lung, the top of the right shoulder, the top of the left shoulder, the right elbow, left elbow, the right wrist, left wrist, the right thumb, right second finger, right third finger, right fourth, right fifth, the left thumb, left second finger, left third finger, left fourth, left fifth, the back of your neck, the front of your neck, the right side of the neck, left side of the neck, the tip of the chin, the tip of the nose, right side of the face, left side of the face, the right nostril, left nostril, the right eye, left eye, the space in between the eyes, the crown of the head, the most northern point on the body, the back of the head, the place that is resting on the ground, the whole of your right neck, the whole of your right leg, hip, knee, ankles, toes. Relax the whole right leg, the whole of the left leg, hip, knee, ankles, toes. Relax the whole left leg, the whole of the right arm, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers. Relax the whole right arm, the whole of the left arm, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers. Relax the whole left arm, the whole of the trunk of the body, from the shoulders to the hips. Relax. And the whole of the head and the face. Relax. And then bring your awareness to the condition of your mind. Notice how the mind space feels. And then bring your awareness back to the body. Notice the body in contact with the floor. Very slowly, very gently, start to wake up your physical body. Start by moving your fingers and your toes. And then moving your wrists, your ankles. And stretching the arms up over the head. Stretching the legs forward. And take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale, release it through the mouth. One more time, breath in. Release through the mouth and then bend your knees. Bringing the arms around the legs. One more time, breath in. And release out through the mouth. And softly roll onto your side. Taking a moment here. And then when you're ready, making your way up to a comfortable seated position. And taking a final pause in your seated posture, sitting nice and tall. Taking a breath in to close your practice. Exhale, release the breath completely. And thank you all so much for your practice. Namaste.